Picture this. It's Sunday, the Eagles are on, pizza boxes scattered, and Grandma gets a call. Now she's the one getting the kids to school. What happens next changes routines and rights. Welcome to Danny's Den. Today, we'll walk through what to do when grandparents become primary caregivers. Let's chat. My central point. When grandparents step in, prioritize the child's stability. Keep roles clear. Use neutral documentation, and get legal help early if the arrangement looks like it will last beyond a few weeks. Quick legal note before we go deeper. Family law varies by state. Think of this episode as practical guidance and examples, not a substitute for local advice. If you're in an urgent situation, contact a local attorney right away. Okay, labels first. What's informal caregiving? It's the day-to-day stuff. Cooking, driving to practice, tucking kids in. No court order equals parental authority remains intact, so if a parent steps back in tomorrow, they typically can resume care. Sounds stressful? Yep. Temporary custody is usually a short, specific court order for an emergency or defined period. Guardianship hands broader decision-making power to another adult. It's a bigger step and has long-term consequences. And whether grandparents can win visitation or formal rights, that varies by state, and often comes down to the child's best interests and the specifics of the parental situation. So, what can grandparents typically do without court papers? They can feed the kids, take them to practice, and provide everyday care. But schools and medical providers often want written authorization before releasing records or treating non-emergency issues. If you find yourself filling out forms, a simple signed authorization from a parent goes a long way. A one-page note that names the caregiver, lists emergency contacts, and gives permission for routine medical care. Red flags that should push you toward paperwork or counsel, planned relocation, parental incapacity, safety concerns, or arrangements that stretch past a couple months. Those are the moments where clarity protects the child, not just the adults. If you need to document caregiving without escalating conflict, keep entries neutral and factual. Note dates and times of pickups, school meetings, doctor visits, and who made which decision. Small, concrete examples. A dated receipt for school supplies. A brief doctor's note that reads, "Seen on 9/12/25," or a screenshot of a signed permission slip. These little items build a clear timeline without accusations. Now, the conversations that actually change outcomes start by centering the child. A grandparent could say, "I love spending time with Jamie, and I want us to agree on school and doctor calls while I'm caring for them. Can we set a plan for the next month so Jamie has stability?" That softens the moment and keeps it collaborative. For a parent talking to a grandparent, try, "I really appreciate you stepping in. Can we agree on discipline expectations and a 24-hour notice for non-urgent medical questions? Let's write it down so everyone's on the same page." Simple, specific, and non-accusatory. Why these scripts work? They aim for shared responsibility, reduce surprise, and create a record. Even an email that says, "For the next X weeks, emergency contact is Y, and we'll notify each other within 24 hours about medical or school issues." That one email can stop a lot of later friction. Discipline and medical decisions cause the most tension. My practical rule: if a child is in immediate danger, act to keep them safe. For non-urgent issues, follow your written plan. Who calls the pediatrician, who signs school forms, and who gets notified and when. Let's keep kids anchored through rituals. If Grandma's house is now the place for weekends, keep the same bedtime songs, the same seat for game day, and the same little pre-game pizza tradition. A tiny practical trick. Create a playlist called Sunday Mix Kickoff or Jamie Bedtime and share it to every device. Label it clearly so whoever's house the child is in, the songs and the comfort stay the same. 3 small habits that move the needle. 1. A shared care folder, paper or digital, with emergency contacts, meds, and school passwords. 2. A daily check-in rhythm, like a morning text or set FaceTime. 3. Consistent ritual files, that Sunday mix or a bedtime playlist that never changes. Myths, quick and busted. Myth: grandparents automatically have visitation. Not true in many states. Myth: grandparents could always sign medical forms. Often false without written permission. Myth: documenting care is hostile. Actually, neutral records help everyone understand a child's day-to-day life. Quick checklist to keep in your wallet or phone. Write down agreed contact info and routines. Get a simple signed authorization for medical or school contact when possible. Save receipts and dated notes for major caregiving events. Set regular check-ins between parent and grandparent, and consult a local attorney if relocation, incapacity, or safety issues appear. If emotions are high, a mediator or family counselor can help keep the conversation child-focused. That step often prevents a situation from turning into a court fight. Before I go, be gentle with yourselves. These moments are full of love and fear. Clear roles, neutral documentation, and early legal advice protect children and help preserve relationships between parents and grandparents. Thanks for spending this time with me in Danny's Den. If this episode helped, please subscribe so you don't miss weekly conversations about law, love, kids, and the rituals that keep families grounded. If you want personal legal guidance, send a direct message through the show's page or visit the Legal Assistance Center's website to request a consult with a local attorney. Sooner is usually better than later. Next week, practical scripts for introducing new partners to your kids without the fumbles. Until then, keep the playlists labeled, the pizza warm, and the traditions alive. Let's chat.